I was reminded today to make sure I'm fluid through life. And that reminds me of that Bruce Lee quote where he says, "Be like water, be formless." As a result of doing so, I can see the improvement that it makes in my life. So I'm a person who likes to set goals and actively work towards those things. However, I used to be very rigid and determined and stubborn, I'll say, when working towards my goals. Thinking, this is what I want, this is how I'm going to get there, and this is how long it should take me to do it. And the thing is that for many reasons, mainly because I was identifying myself with my goals and values and what I was working towards. But when something wouldn't go the way that I was expecting, man, it used to bother me so much. And it would it would cripple me in the sense of causing me to not act. And so I essentially would let failure beat me up. I would eventually get over it in the sense where I would try something new or, pick up the pieces and keep going again. But that previous failure still affected me in a negative way. And it would almost cause me to be in my own head. I've realized how little control you have over the external, over the world. And I told myself this the other day. You can change the world or change yourself. And they inversely work. So I think best chance at changing the world is changing yourself. Best chance to not change the world is focus on changing the world. And that's at least in the way that I want to do it and, have a positive impact. So with keeping all that in mind, trying to stay fluid, trying to just keep working on myself and making myself better, I have seen how opportunity has presented itself. And I'm super grateful. But it's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem that has to be solved. I can't say yes to every opportunity that comes across my plate, unfortunately. And as I get older and I try to commit myself more to my purpose and what I feel like I should be doing, the decision become the decision on what to do and what not to do becomes that much more important. And it's like how Alex Hormozy says, it's like the woman in the red dress. And as you keep going on and keep progressing through life, she's only going to get prettier. It's going to be harder to say no. So I keep my goal in mind and what I'm trying to work towards. I also focus on staying true to myself and what my values are. And usually, if I can just be sure with myself that the motivation is proper, that is what gives me the confidence to move forward with certain decisions and with what not to do. For instance, these videos and taking the time to record this. Of course, it doesn't take much, but I I'm not doing it for the end goal, for the sake of getting to a certain amount of subscribers, getting a certain amount of views. I'm doing it because it's what I feel is right. And irregardless of what happens, even if I stop after this, I'm fluid. I did what I felt was right in my heart at the time. And that's how I'm going to continue to move forward, is doing what I feel is right and making my decision and then living with it and not letting any type of regret cloud my judgment, take up my mental attention, because it serves me no purpose. As a reminder to myself, I am in control of myself. Everything outside of that will play out how it's supposed to.